Patrick.
What? We're here. Why are we here?
What?
Who?
What that was, but that's Jerry.
Jerry.
Oh,
We recorded a podcast.
oh,
And my name is
ambush?
Patrick.
Ambush? We're having an ambush.
And together,
Why is that? We are
We're
Jerryatrick. Welcome to the Jerryatrick show.
welcome to our show. We're recording our memories. You were just telling me about how you used to snort. What was that? The coffee sludge?
Yeah,
Because you
well,
needed to stay up late at night?
Yeah,
Did you do that in college?
No, I used to do that when I worked at the crane operating. When I was in the crane operator, the few memories I have of it was that it was a hard late night job, and the only way I could get through with it was I had to drink a lot of coffee. But the thing is that the place that I worked at, well, it didn't really have a lot of money, so we had to resort to cowboy coffee. You know, where you just pour the grounds in there, and then you just have the grounds in there. It's no fancy coffee. I didn't have none of this Starbucks stuff.
You got
None
the
of
extra
that.
protein.
Exactly. So, well, you know, at the end of the coffee, there's just a little bit of the coffee sludge at the bottom. What I would do is I would take it and I would leave it out in the sun, let it dry out, and then, you know, when it was late at night, when I was working those late shifts as a crane operator, I would line it out in front of me and I would just snort it. I would just snort it, and really pepped the step. Really put the pep in the step. Let me tell you that.
Yeah. You know, I used to do, I would take coffee ground suppositories. You know, when I had to do late shifts at the factory to make a couple of extra bucks, you know, I take the coffee grounds and I had a pill press. I compress them down into a pill shape.
Whoa!
And then right before work, you know, my morning constitution, you slip it up there. You know, the kids do it these days with they do it these days with alcohol.
Yep.
You know, but I did it with coffee, and it works the same way, straight to your heart.
Straight to there. Straight to the heart.
50,000 volts, straight to your heart.
50,000. Anywho, I think we should gotta do a quick little intro.
Yes.
I think we're starting to understand this whole podcast thing. So we are.
Well, my son
name
left
is.
me a sticky note right here on the
good.
monitor.
Good. So my name is Jerry,
And my name is Patrick.
and
Together we are Jerryatrick.
Jerryatrick. Nice.
Welcome.
I think we said that. Well done.
Yeah, I think we did that good.
Well, Patrick, we've been chatting about this all last week, but I mean, Prune Stew
Oh my gosh,
has
Prune
just
Stew.
been having a time with the Arbiter, and we have to record this for the members.
Exactly.
We have to make sure that people know about this because this is absolutely insane.
We have to document it. And just to clarify, this is not the event of Prune Stew, but
No,
in fact our friend Stu, who happens to really like prunes.
yep.
So we call him Prune Stew.
Exactly. We call him Prune Stew, but his name is Stu. He's the one that lives in the he lives in the bird cage, but it's really like a human cage. But he prefers bird cage. Yep.
Yeah, they got that giant bird cage in the rec room,
Yep.
and
yep.
you know, yeah, he's got his water there.
Yep.
They give him food sometimes.
Did you see the other day that I think one of the residents, I don't know the name, they went over and they went to touch the cage, and Stu was in there, and he just went wild. He started screaming and shouting. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's a classic mistake. You can't put your hands in Stu's cage. He likes to bite, so you know I've made that mistake one too many times. I'd try to give him an orange slice from my oatmeal, but he wouldn't have it. You know. You know, he's drawn blood a couple of times, which Charlotte wasn't too happy about. They kept him covered for the rest of the day, so he would just go to sleep.
You know it's been a bad day with Stu when his flap's covered, because he has no control over that. They just sometimes are like, all right, Stu, you've been a bad boy today. Whoop, they cover him. Cover him up.
Yeah.
But
you know, one time I did see him knock it off himself. He was tired at the end of the day. It was a long day, you know. We had Scrabble at 10 o'clock, and then it was canasta at 2 o'clock after lunch, and then we took a short nap, and then we had bingo right after that. And that, you know, Stu just really wiped out after that.
That day was like a one. I think it was probably because the night before the Arbiter was outside. He was making a ruckus with the trees. I mean, that night, I remember that night distinctly.
He was doing something with the trees.
Yeah, didn't you hear
Crazy
like
on
the chains?
handling the
chainsaw
trees.
noise? Because that's his job. He's
That's
out
not his
outside.
job. What are you
What do
talking
you
about?
mean? The hell are you talking about?
He's the arbiter of taxes.
Oh, but
That's why they have him around to cook the books, you know.
But they have
Listen,
him around to
but
keep the
that-
trees.
No. Running a retirement home is really expensive. So, you know, they hire them. They hire them from some, you know, shady black market accountant firm. And, yeah, they call him the arbiter of taxes.
I think that you don't understand his job. I have seen the man. Listen, last night I saw him too. Maybe it was like this week. I don't remember exactly the day. I was looking outside as I was doing, and I look out there and I see the man. He's nicely trimming the trees. That's his job. He sits out there. He was and he was just cutting the tree branches down. It was really nice. Unfortunately, he was up on a ladder and he bent over and I saw his ass crack full out. Just
Oh
his
my
ass crack
gosh.
there. It was. I'm gonna call him a plumber.
Well, you know, I think that's just the construction noises, you know, that have been going on for a few months. They never shut up. This is actually the first quiet moment I've had right now. But let me tell you this. I saw the arbiter, and I saw him in his office, his accounting office, and he was there, and it was late at night. I went to the bathroom, and then Mitch was out, and he was in between me and the room, so I had to take the scenic way home, which goes right by the arbiter's office. And I swear, I saw him in there. He had put bran. He put bran on the ground, and he had candles. He had 5 candles lit. And he was in the middle, and I saw him muttering something, and then he took out the
document thingy. Patrick, you there? Patrick. Oh,
What?
Patrick, you were talking about this. I have literally. You were talking about.
What was
some
I talking
candles.
about?
Candles being lit in the arbiter's office. What the hell?
Oh, yeah. He lit the candles, and then I saw him. He took out the books.
Oh my God.
The books of the thing, and he put it in the middle.
Why would he want books? He's a man
funny
of
little
trees.
dance. And I got too scared by then, you know. I heard some clattering in the hall. I didn't see what happened with the books, but after his funny dance, but I swear, he's doing some weird things in his office. That's what happens when you get black market accountants.
Well, have you experienced a lot of black market accountants before?
Yeah. Well, I actually used to work for a black market accounting firm. That's how I know so much about it. I would go around and cook the books for various sort of, you know, firms. Some of them shady, some of them not so shady. They just, you know, they wanted a few extra bucks. I did it one time for an ice cream parlor. That was pretty good. They paid me in ice cream.
Wow, that's an incredible job. I would do that right now. We should figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still go back. Maybe the arbiter can teach us his ways.
Maybe we should. But yeah, I would love to learn how to fix the trees up more. He's brilliant at making the trees look good. I mean, the trees on his property is so good.
Trimming hedges is always something that I've wanted to learn. Yeah, you know, they make it like a unicorn or whatever.
Well, my favorite was when they that one day, you know, when like they had the whole company. I think the Arbiter hired them out because they needed more work. They were out there, you know, that big hedge they have in the front that they always do some fun, you know, art stuff with. You were talking about with the unicorn that one time.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that one time when they just spent like so much? They put a tent around it. They put a whole top around it so we couldn't see what it was. We were left in suspense for like a week and a half. And I swear, I was out there every day sitting there going, what's going on? What are they building out there? And I was predicting. And they made the most exquisite art piece of, I shit you not, a wallet.
A wallet?
Incredible. It was this most exquisite wallet. It had money folds in it. They made all of the little...
It has money in it.
Money.
Did they make giant $100 bills?
They did.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know how they did it. It was incredible. And I mean, I saluted the flag of America right at that moment in time. I thought this is the dream I want to live in right here. I want to live with a wallet living right next to me made out of a tree.
Oh my gosh. I don't remember that. There was a whole wallet there. I would have stolen that $100 and taken it to the arbiter. Asked him to put it into my bank account. You know, but I remember, what I do remember of the amazing hedge art sculptures that are made here at the retirement home. Do you remember the time where they spent a lot of time and money on this, and they brought out this well, you know, you put it up,
Put it up.
it's a thing you use to cover another thing, but like it's really big. What?
Like a sheet?
No. It's got poles that go a tent. They brought out a tent.
A tent?
And they, you know, it was out there, and I remember going out there every single day and looking at like what they were doing, trying to figure it out. You know, because you know it's always good to have a leg up on Bethany. So I like to get ahead of the gossip. But I was out there, you know, every day looking, and when they unveiled it, you know what it was?
What?
It was a giant bird cage.
Oh!
Yeah, they made it for Stu, right? Because Stu doesn't like to go outside, you know. He usually gets lost when he goes out there. So they made a giant hedge bird cage that they could go put Stu into, you know, and let him, you know, get out into the sunlight like the pretty little flower that he is.
That's what that thing is out there? That's what's been out there this whole time? Is this that
Yeah.
It's a Stu's other bird cage. He has two. He has two
Well,
bird cages.
no, not anymore. That's why Stu is really mad at the Arbiter. The Arbiter was cutting costs around the retirement home, and the giant hedge bird cage cost too much. So he went and told the director, and they got the gardener or whoever it is to take it out.
You're talking about cutting costs because I think that was, they turned, are you talking about when they turned the wallet and then they cut the costs of the wallet into a bird cage?
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
and then,
brilliant. Well,
you know, they thought that they'd cut enough costs, you know, into making it into a bird cage, but they didn't, and it cost too much. Because, you know, Stu got very excited outside, so it was a lot of maintenance to keep going.
I think the man garners his energy from sunlight. The man just gets he just gets powerful when he's out there. It's scary.
Yeah, so they had to bring him back inside, and the Arbiter was like, it's a no-go, it's too expensive. I've looked at the books and I've cooked the books, and it's not going to work out.
Why has the Arbiter ever had like a meeting with us? Like, why have we never had like a group meeting about the finances?
I've only ever seen him through the window of his office. It would be good to meet with him about the finances, you know.
Yeah, I would love to know about what's going on.
You know, a lot of my money goes missing. I don't know if Charlotte's taking it or...
Well, if you're taking it, because you took that $10 bill of mine.
I did take that $10 bill from you. It was to cover, you know. I had to get to the bathroom that night, and I needed to pay off Mitch, so he wouldn't stalk me to the bathroom.
That was that whole week where he was like acting like a troll, and he just sat there out in the hallway, and you had to pay him money to get past. I remember that. That was a bad time.
Yeah, he figured out that his eyes looked really weird that night, so he was definitely taking advantage of that. You know, like when you shine a light at a cat. He was shining and shimmering out in the darkness.
I think we're watching Mitch become a little self-aware, and it's scary. The man's starting to know his power. He's really
Somebody needs to hit him over the head or something, make him forget a little bit.
Yeah, you know, well, do you remember that one time when he first was getting here and we were just getting introduced to Mitch? And I think it was also, remind me, do you think Stu and Mitch arrive at around the same time? I think that they were like...
Stu and Mitch, no. Stu has been here for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
I'm surprised he hasn't died yet in that bird cage, but he just sticks around, you know. He's incredibly old. And then Mitch... I can't remember when Mitch got here, but...
He just showed up one day.
Maybe it was a few years ago. Maybe he just showed up one day. Nobody really knows.
I remember a specific story. I remember, like, when he first got here. Prune Stu, when he has to go to the bathroom, we have to, like, clear out the hallway. He doesn't want to talk to anyone. He doesn't want to touch anyone. When he's in his bird cage, he has to have this just straight shot to the bathroom. Mitch didn't know that in the beginning, and I was listening. I was hearing because I was like, oh, there's this new person. Why is he living in the hallway? I was keeping tabs. You know, I was trying to be the Bethany of the group. I was trying to get the gossip.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just listening, and I could hear something, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a little peek out. And I took a peek out, and I saw Mitch. The moment Stu left his birdcage, Mitch booked it. I've never seen an old man run faster. His walker was holding. He was moving.
Oh my gosh.
Was moving, and he locked himself into the cage of Stu's. He was in there.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I don't know why he would do that. That was a bad time. Stu was out there, and I've never seen the man yell louder in my life. I think it woke half the state of Ohio up. I mean, that man just, it was, that stressed me out.
Horrible, blood-curdling, bone-chilling, skull-rattling screech that echoed for 40 days and 40 nights. It was that epic, I remember that. That's when they were keeping Stu's cage in the hall, and Stu and Mitch were really going at it because, it was like a contested territory. You know how Mitch gets, like, he's like a dog. And so, they had to keep him away from Stu. So they moved Stu into the rec room. That's when they moved him there. And also gave him a little straight shot to the bathroom.
Yep. They don't they tried to move Mitch, but Mitch kind of has really established his territory in the hallway. I don't think he's moving anytime soon. No, I think.
Well, they would try and move Mitch, but Mitch would just go back.
Yep.
He's very nomadic around the retirement home. Sometimes he just posts up in Charlotte's office, and she doesn't like it. She gets very mad when Mitch goes into her office, but he doesn't care.
I think Mitch and the Arbiter are good friends, actually. I've seen them chatting for a while when they're out, when Mitch gets his outside time. Yeah, I've seen him outside. Sometimes I look out my window, and I don't know what they're talking about, but I see Mitch and the Arbiter, they're talking back and forth, and occasionally
talking about taxes or something.
We're talking about trees. I don't know. I still don't understand where you're coming with this taxes thing.
What did you say, taxes?
What,
yeah,
taxes?
What I said.
Oh my God, is it tax season already? Is it tax season? Oh, Jesus, I haven't done my taxes.
Yeah, I know. You gotta go talk to the Arbiter. Get it all sorted out.
Why would I talk to Arbiter? What is he going to tell me?
Because he does taxes.
What?
He's the black market accountant.
He's the black market accountant? Since when?
Yeah. He comes in and he arbiters, he audits everybody.
Wow. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll make a note on that. There's a lot of people out here you got to keep track of sometimes.
Yeah. I got audited in the 60s. The IRS came after me because, as a black market accountant, I hadn't paid taxes for, how long was that? 25 years or something like that. I don't know, I can't remember, but the IRS came and they audited me, and it was...
They invented the IRS because of you. I remember that. There was a big news story out about it because this man had been evading taxes, and they realized that they needed a system to keep track of whether or not people had paid taxes or not, and so they were like... Well, we got this guy named Patrick. He's been not paying taxes. I think we gotta make a department for that.
Nope. Yeah. There's a whole division of the IRS. It's the IRS FBI that was purely dedicated just for me.
I think they had a P in there somewhere, but they didn't want to. It was like the PF, the FB, something. They're like Patrick.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. No, the FPI.
The FPI, yes.
IRS FPI.
The Federal Patrick investigation. That was a big deal for a while. You were the center of attention. Wow.
I was, I know. It was pretty terrible. It's a good thing that a lot of people sort of forgot about it.
Yeah, well,
and instead they could just go to the Arbiter and ask him to orbit for me.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Arbiter really took a lot of slack off your back for that.
Yeah.
Should thank him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should thank him. He does a lot around here.
Does a lot. Trims trees. Apparently does taxes. He
trims trees?
Yeah, I see him out there every day. He's trimming trees. He's a great man. Great man. Yeah, he's got.
I wonder what he does with all those trimmings. Maybe he makes paper or something. That'd be pretty good.
I think every once in a while, like every month or so, he does that big burning outside. Like there's that, sometimes, when there's like a good clear day, you can see that field off in the distance because we both face the same way.
Yeah.
And you see that big plume of smoke. It happens and you hear chanting
a big black
and stuff.
Plume of smoke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of chanting that comes from over there. Sometimes you can even see the tips of the fire coming over the trees.
Yeah.
If it's an especially raunchy day. Yeah, I feel kind of bad, what a waste of wood. I used to work in a paper mill, so...
Really?
Yeah, we'd grind up a lot of wood. I used to work there, with my good friend, what was his name? Oh, yes, Pete.
Pete?
Yeah, I used to work there with Pete.
Wow.
Paper mill Pete.
Paper mill Pete?
We used to make... Wow. Yeah, it was really tragic what happened to him.
That was really tragic, I remember that.
Yeah, he got sucked into the paper presser.
No,
Got made into paper Pete.
Actually, but I think before that they didn't call it paper because I think before that it was called like a
Yeah,
tape
it wasn't like
or something.
sheets or anything. It
Sheets,
was
but
no,
then-
it wasn't sheets. They changed it to sheets.
wasn't it like a taper
no, it was like
or
a-
like caper
It
or
was like
baker?
a nugget of paper or something like that. Yes,
Yeah,
no,
but then-
it was a nugget of paper. I remember because
nugget of paper. Wow, that's a wild thing.
yeah.
And then
Pete got turned into a nugget. I remember. That's what they said.
wow,
He got turned into a nugget of paper. It was really tragic.
That's such an unfortunate time.
But that was also when we came up with colored construction paper. Because it came out in this red sheet.
And wow, and I think his clothes got in there too, and there was like a little bit of yellow and like some green.
Yeah, it was a little speckled and weird at first, but with some refinement, we managed to pull out. We were like, what if we just put dye in the paper? And then we just pressed it a couple of extra times, and
Wow, I didn't realize that you were the one that invented colored paper.
It wasn't me.
That
It
is-
was.
Oh, me. Okay.
Pete the Nugget.
You were there. You were there when that revolutionary thing.
Yeah.
I didn't. Let me tell you. After that incident, I didn't write on a white piece of paper for decades. I loved colored paper. It just excites my mind. Excites my
everywhere.
energies. It was everywhere.
That's why I refuse to use nothing but post-it notes nowadays. So hopefully you can stick them everywhere. They're colorful.
Yo,
My son wrote to me to remember to do the intro on a big bright red sticky note. Because I've told him the Pete story, so he knew that I would pay attention to the red.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind. You're like a bull. You're like a bull in a bullfight. You pay attention to the red.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's good to
I
know.
pay
I'll
attention
keep
to the
that-
red. The reds too. We gotta make sure.
You gotta make sure. Well,
Yeah.
that's certainly good. Did we do the intro? Did we do that?
Did we do the intro? I can't remember.
The note says it, so we probably haven't done it. Wait, okay, yeah, let me check. I think I know how to check this here. Wait.
Yeah.
I have
Can
a
you see
sticky
what's
note.
going
Oh,
on?
the sticky note says.
I think my computer turned off or something.
The sticky note says that if you see the numbers are big numbers, that above numbers you can. I don't know how to read this.
What are you saying about numbers?
Numbers in the
Rick,
pictures
numbers?
and the numbers and
You're
the
talking
pictures
about the
go up
Arbiter?
and the pictures and the numbers go up, then you know that the thing is happening with the stuff, and you know when the papers are going, you know that the recording happened. And oh, Patrick, I think that the recording is
I
happening.
used to rig numbers. What?
What?
Bye-bye, and thank you for listening to our show.